Yeah. Hey guys.
The camera roll has time.
Lunch today: chicken Alfredo, sticky rice, and potato wedges. Pretty awesome. Yep. So 43 grams of protein, 400 calories. It doesn't get much cleaner than this. This chicken Alfredo from Apex Nutrition. This is what's keeping me on track and helping me hit those goals. I can already see the top two, my top two abs, which I've actually never seen, well, haven't seen since maybe high school. So pretty cool. We're out today. We're doing some shoots. We're actually testing a new live stream platform that actually transmits. It's pretty neat. Gonna be using it some more. Hopefully, if you guys have any questions about these meals, or maybe like an Apex program, comment. We'll respond. I'll respond live. So if you want to know how it works, how you sign up, how to become a part of it, we're ready to rock and roll. This chicken we smoke it every single day. One of the main things for the Apex is healthy food. Yes, I mean obviously you want it to be healthy, but it also needs to taste good. If it doesn't taste good, you're not going to eat it on a consistent basis. And if you don't eat it on a consistent basis, it doesn't work. So we eat these meals every single day, and you get the results you want. Again, this meal is the chicken Alfredo. We've got 43 grams of protein and about 420 calories. It's a protein pasta. We have this also in gluten-free option. So if you're have some gluten allergy, can make it work, no problem. House-made Alfredo sauce, so it's very low calorie but super high in taste. I got a production team behind me. How's the audio, guys? Good? Sounds great. Cool. Guys, you can comment if the video needs to be, the audio needs to be fixed or whatever. We can make it work. We could turn on this fill light, hit a little reflection here.
I'm gonna go grab that other tripod because I don't trust just this one. I feel like it's gonna fall. Oh, you know what?
If you guys have any questions on how to sign up or how to become a part of this our Apex plan, we definitely want you to ask and let us know. Work in progress. This is going to be a short grain sweet rice that we source here in the States, exclusively here at Apex. Then we've got our new potato wedge, which our chef actually developed last week. Very cool. This roasted chicken is going to be smoked on a smoker. Extreme taste, very well seasoned. You're going to get 6 ounces per serving, and then you get the protein pasta on top of that, which equates to about 43, 45 grams of protein per meal. I've personally lost 45 pounds of body fat doing this, and the coaching with Casey, it's been incredible. How the coaching looks, I go to the gym 4 days a week, but one of those days he meets me there, on the day that I pick, and you make sure that my form is still looking good, make sure that I'm pushing to the adequate level. On some machines we're going to do 1 rep in reserve. On some machines it's 0 RIR, and we just push and try to build as much muscle as possible. It's pretty awesome. It's completely changed my life, as far as like how I feel, how I behave, what I do. I no longer drink alcohol. Like, I was going home every night before. I would have a beer with lunch, or not lunch, with with dinner, and then I might have a couple more, maybe in the hot tub, or I watch TV or whatever. And every single morning, I would wake up a little, I don't know, just lethargic and just tired and just not feeling great. Obviously, the best amount of alcohol to drink is 0, but even in moderation, that stuff's no good for you. So I quit about a year ago when I started doing the training, only because I wanted the training to have as much effect as possible. And we know that alcohol is not conducive to the results you want to see if you're in the gym pushing yourself every day. I just didn't want that effort to be wasted. And so that it wouldn't be wasted, I quit drinking. And then I started eating correctly. Now, I didn't start eating right until about month 2 or month 3, and that's when my results started to really take off. And I showed Casey the progress because I was tracking my weight, I was tracking my muscle mass through an in-body scanner, I was tracking everything. And you could see on the chart the spike in muscle mass and the drop in body fat. And that same month prior to that scan, to show those results, I had started changing my diet. So then I started to really dial in my diet, or my meal plan, and going even harder in the gym. I'm doing a protein supplement and making sure that I'm hitting my 200 to 215 grams a day, making sure that I'm hitting my calorie goals. That's pretty much the only 2 things I track, calories and protein. And my results just kept getting better and better and better week after week, after month. And it was mind-blowing. So I was using Casey for training. I was going to a different gym to train. I was using this lady would make food at her house, whatever, for meals. And I'm like, this needs to be a program that someone could step into that is curated, so that all these people that I'm having to talk to now, 4 different places, are one place. And the kitchen knows what the gym is doing, and the trainer knows what's at the gym, and all these things work together. And we're helping people hit goals that normally would take 6 to 12 months if they knew what they were doing from the start, and get those results in 3 to 6 months. It's pretty incredible when you dial in every aspect of your life when it comes to meals and training. You get those results quickly, and that's what Apex is. It's as close to a fitness cheat code as possible. And it tastes good. These potato wedges, we were doing a diced potato, and what was happening is when we would char them, they were getting too crispy, like they were cooking all the way through. But now, since these are thicker, we can char the outside, but the inside stays soft. So you get kind of that texture, the crunch and the softness. Pretty cool. We are working on a few new desserts. We're experimenting every day, making 2 or 3 different versions of like protein bars and crunch bars and all kinds of stuff. When we find something that really hits and tastes right, we'll offer it on the menu. I have a sweet tooth. Like, sweetness is my vice. But I've been using monk fruit sugar, which is 0 calorie. It tastes great. I use it on my parfaits every day, and it doesn't get much better than that. It's 100% natural, derived from monk fruit, not like some natural sweetener. Works really well. Look at the roast on that chicken, that char. I do these meals twice a day. So lunch and dinner. And then I've got my breakfast, which is the parfait, Greek yogurt. And then at 10 o'clock, and 3 p.m. I do a protein bar. The bars I recommend to everybody are the clean bars. You get them at Sam's. It's like 40 bars to a box. I recommend going there, buy 2 or 3 boxes, put one in your car, put one at your house in the pantry, take one to work, throw it in your desk, throw it into your snack drawer, whatever. And if you ever feel the need to eat something midday or something sweet, because they're like chocolate and peanut butter, they're only 200 calories and they're 15 grams of protein. So you can kind of cheat, but you're not really, you're not eating, 2 cupcakes, which is like 800 calories and a ton of sugar. So that's what I recommend. That's what I do, and it's worked well. Plus these meals and the coaching, it's fun. It changes your life. It is nothing short of a life-changing thing. And I don't say that lightly. And I mean it. I'm the product. You can look at my life, look at my results. This is as real as it gets. Being a business owner, I know how busy your days get. I know that it's hard to find the time to do everything else and then also go to the gym. But I promise, once you start making it a non-negotiable to go to the gym at least an hour, hour and a half, 4 days a week, not even every day, it's just 4 days a week, and you start seeing the changes that causes, it will become a non-negotiable, because the results are incredible. You start to actually see changes in the mirror after about 4 to 6 weeks, and then everybody starts asking you questions by month 3, like, what are you doing? You don't have to be on Ozempic and go to the hospital for dehydration and whatever mess that causes. I'm talking real progress, real results that will last a lifetime, not just something that's temporary because of a drug. I'm talking real food, real workouts, and a habit system that is formed over the course of a few months that you never stop. This isn't like do it for a month or 2 and then quit. This is something that you will continue to do. Eat right and train. For our training clients, we don't want you to be on our training program forever. If you're on our training program forever, it means that you're not learning anything. We want you to be on our training program for 3 to 6 months. Learn the movements, learn the proper form, learn when you should stop. There's all little nuances to these movements and certain days. If you're working your legs, or you're doing a push-pull, or you're doing whatever exercise or movements you're doing for that particular day or body part, we want you to learn that, and then we want you to take that and just keep going with it. Now, if you want to keep us around for the push or the motivation, or to make sure your form doesn't deteriorate, we'd love to help you and keep you on. But most importantly is we want you to learn how to do it so that you don't need us. And maybe that's a bad business model, but we want you to develop a plan that you can use for the rest of your life, not something that you're going to use temporarily and then forget about. Now, when it comes to food, though, we'd love to be your food provider, because this is so easy. I crack these meals open. It's ready to rock and roll. Whenever you're actually on the plan, it has your name on it. It has the macros broken down, how to heat it, what's inside, all the instructions. But essentially, for most of them, you just throw it in the microwave for about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, and you have a perfectly macro balanced meal that's great tasting and gets you to your results. Literally, 70% of the results come from the food you put into your body. You need to stop eating the junk food, stop eating the candy at 11 o'clock at night, stop raiding the brownies whenever you get a little hungry at 10 o'clock watching TV. Like, throw all that stuff away, eat these meals, be full, and watch your body change. It doesn't get easier. I know it sounds like, hey, just eat right and work out, but that is the key. I'm going to shut up for a minute so I can eat. Ask questions if you want to know about what I'm eating, how to sign up. We offer consultations. They're totally free. When you do come in, you do an in-body scan so we know exactly what you're made of. how much muscle mass, your fat mass, your water weight, everything. That's a printout. It's totally free. Plus, we're going to give you an Apex meal. Our chef will make it right there as you wait. We'll bag it up. You can eat it. You can eat it then. You can eat it later. But we want you to kind of know what you're about to get into. Make sure you like the food. We had this lady come in, mother-daughter situation, come in, and she was like, well, I'm a little picky. I'm like, yeah, no problem. Our chef, phenomenal guy, Raven, love him. He made a little sample plate of all of our proteins and all of our sides, and they were able to test a few different sauces. We have like 15 sauces. Test all the sauces and test all the proteins and make sure that they were going to like the food. There was nothing that she didn't like. So we were thinking, okay, she might not like the vegetable mix. She might not like this or that, and then we'll cater her orders. But she's like, I like everything. I'm like, okay, well, you're not that picky. You like all the food, so perfect. And she also said, the mom, she was like, one of my friends, I told him that we're coming here, and she was like, oh well, the meals are going to be bland, because it's a health food. And she was like, oh well, we'll see. And she told me that after she tried the food, because she was like, this food is not bland. This chicken and steak, this is great. I'm like, yeah, well, that's one of the reasons Apex exists, because the meals that I was getting, it honestly tasted like I was eating cardboard. And I'll be honest with you, I don't like to eat cardboard. It just dry, tasteless. It was good food, don't get me wrong. It was like basic chicken and stuff, but it had no flavor. I just could not do it. So we created Apex. I want to know how the video quality is. We're testing a new setup, so let me know how it looks. So, guys, if you're watching and the video looks good, just comment, looks great, or speak up if I'm not talking loud enough, or tell me if the audio needs adjusted, or whatever you want to tell me. So you're ugly, don't say that, but just comment on it and tell us what you think. It really is all about what you put in your body, though. The food you eat makes all the difference in the world. If you just hopped on, my name is Jordan. I'm in the Apex studio. We're eating a meal. This is our chicken Alfredo, 400 calories, 43 grams of protein. I'm just talking about my journey, how I started, where I was, how hooking up with Casey and having him coach me and tell me what I should be eating and putting in my body just changed my life. And how here at Apex, with his help, with our executive chef Raven, and our entire system, you can change your life too. It's pretty cool. I've had multiple businesses in the past where, we sold stuff that for fun, like power sports or whatever, but I've never been part of a company selling something that changes the human being that's buying it. This stuff, if you do the program, you do the workouts, you eat the food, you become a different person. I've never sold a transformative product. A system that makes you stronger, sharper, fitter, better. I was talking to one of our clients, one of our longer clients. He's been with us for 4 months. He's lost almost, it's like 38 pounds of body fat, gained 10 or so pounds of muscle over that period of time. He just says, man, I can't thank you enough. And to have him thank me for a product he's buying from me and the way that it's changing his life, and He was pre-diabetic when he started. He got some lab work done recently, and that's completely gone. He had stage 1 or stage 2 hypertension, completely gone, completely gone. What that means is he not only looks better in the mirror and is getting better, more attractive, he is becoming a healthier human being under the skin. So it's not just skin deep. He doesn't have just more muscle and less fat. He's healthier inside. So he's going to live longer. He's got like 3 or 4 kids. He's going to live longer. He's going to be healthier for a longer period of time. As he ages, if he keeps this up, he's going to be a healthier, older person. Like, it just affects every part of your life. I can't say it enough. And everyone thinks, oh, I'll do it. I'll start next month. Everyone says that. I told myself that for years. I'll start next week. There was a time where I was driving into town, and I was in this cool car. You know, we're successful, or whatever that means when it comes to material, whatever. And I'm looking down, and my stomach was over my my seatbelt. And I remember thinking, okay, no more. Like, no more burritos, because I would go to All Sips or whatever and get a burrito every now and then because I like the way they taste. No more Cokes, because I would easily go and get a 44-ounce Coke. But that's like 500 calories and a ton of sugar. And I wasn't even thinking about it at all. I was just eating it because it tasted good. But I was destroying my body. You can look up effects of sugar on the brain. It's like, who cares, whatever. But it's real. It's so real. And your body accumulates those extra calories in the form of fat. So around your organs, around your midsection, everywhere on your face. My face is different. If you look at videos of me from a year ago, I look like a different person, almost unrecognizable. You can still tell, but I look very different. My face has completely shifted in shape with the loss of the body fat. But anyway, back to the story. I looked down, seen the belly over my seatbelt, felt disgusted with myself. I would look in the mirror. I had to wear shirts that were like a size too big, because if I wore a shirt that was actually my size for like my chest and arms and stuff, it would be too tight around my stomach. And I'm like, I look like I'm 3 months pregnant. Like, I don't like the way I look. It was I just felt very insecure with the way I look. I completely hated it. And I knew the way to change it. I just wasn't quite ready yet at that point to commit to doing what it takes to change it, because I didn't know the right path. I might have went to the grocery store and meal prepped for a week or two, but that got to be too much, because you're spending an entire day essentially cooking all this food, putting it in containers, and then you stick to your old habits, so then you don't eat your food, and then all the time you spent making the food, you throw it away, so it's like I'm wasting my time. You know, you have to decide, and everybody's a little different. Some people decide immediately, yep, like, yes, I want to do this change. I want to make this change and be a better version of me. Some people, they take some years to get to the point where they finally make the choice, like, I'm doing this, and it's worth it. And every day gets easier. Casey always says at the gym, we're doing a workout where we hop on a piece of equipment. He was like, all right, man, first rep's the hardest. And it's so true. That first rep, getting that weight off the rack and then coming down, that first set is always the hardest rep. In some cases, it's harder than the last rep. And that's the same thing when it comes to this program. The first week, the first month is the hardest. But after you've done it 5 times, 7 times, 10 times, 30 times, it just becomes second nature, it becomes habit. Now, I'm to the point where I don't even have to think about it. Going to the gym is as normal to me as taking a shower. There's not a day that goes by that I'm not going to take a shower. There's also not a day that goes by that I'm not going to go to the gym. So it's become that. It's just what I do now. And it can be what you do if you have the willpower, which you only need in the beginning, to start doing it, to get the wheels going. But once the machine's moving down the road, it just cruises. And it even cruises faster when you can look in the mirror and see the changes that you're causing by eating the correct food, doing the workouts properly, having the rest period. It changes your body. It changes your whole life. If you're a business owner, you have more energy. You find yourself, you don't got to eat or not eat. You don't got to drink 10 energy drinks a day to stay focused or whatever. You become more focused because you're fueling your body, your high performance vehicle. You're putting the right fuel in it. Imagine you have a Ferrari, right? And you're putting regular fuel in it. Guess what's going to happen? That engine's not going to run properly. You're going to have knock. You're going to have misfires. You're going to foul plug. It's going to mess it up because you're running trash fuel through a high performance vehicle. Well, guess what? Your body is a Ferrari, believe it or not. No matter who you are, they're all high performance vehicles that need performance fuels. You have certain things that you need to fuel your body every single day: proteins, carbs, fats, all that stuff, and a certain number of calories. That's it. You're feeding it with trash, and you're getting the effects of trash. You change what you're putting in, and you get different results. It's pretty cool. You start winning races, not blowing engines. If you want to sign up for a consultation, they're totally free. I highly recommend it. You'll either meet me, or you'll meet Casey, or you'll meet both of us here at Apex, our offices in Amarillo, 316 Southwest 6th. And like, you could come here right now. We are here right now. And you can do a body scan. It takes like 2 minutes. We'll tell you exactly what you're made of. We'll look at your BMR, your base metabolic rate. We'll talk about your day-to-day activity. I'll build you a sheet, like a literal sheet on a board that says you should eat this at this time, this at this time, this at this time, with calorie and protein breakdowns. It's a plan for you to lose weight so that you're in a deficit. And then we give you a meal for free. So, like, I don't know what you're waiting for, but the door's unlocked and sun's shining. I don't know what you're doing. Obviously, you're watching a video on Facebook or whatever. So you could just come here right now, get a body scan, do a consultation, and start today. I mean, what's the saying? The best time, no, the best time to start was yesterday. The second best time to start is now. So. Or you can schedule it. You can go to any of our posts on our Facebook page. You can go to our website, apexnutritionandcoaching.com. Click schedule free consultation. Whatever time works for you, we'll be here. Would love to help. This sticky rice is very good. You wouldn't think that sticky rice goes good with chicken Alfredo, but it does. Do you think we should take the chicken and cut it up bite-sized pieces, or just leave it like this? I kind of like it like this, but what do you think? It's easy to do that, so you just take a bite. I'm currently down to 13% body fat. When I started, I was 38% body fat, so I was 248 pounds. And I thought that was normal. If you would have asked me when I was 248 pounds, if I was like scale of 1 to 10, how healthy are you? 10 being athletic, healthy, perfect, 1 being the opposite of that, I would have said I'm like a 7. But my body fat percentage was 38%. I had 65 pounds of fat mass on my body. I had a moderate amount of muscle and a very high visceral fat count, which means the fat around my organs was high. I would have said 7 or 8, and I was more like a 3. So it's so crazy how when you start to change, how you're going to compare yourself after you change to who you were before, obviously, and it's crazy to think that I would have said that as far as my perceived health level. Now, at 13% body fat, 105 pounds of muscle mass, weighing 194, it was 192 this morning, actually, 192. I would say I'm like a 6, maybe, or a 7. I'm not there yet. I have my top 2 abs visible, but I want a full 6-pack, and I will have a full 6-pack soon. So with this food and all that. So I think once I hit around 180, maybe 10% 180, I'll be pretty shredded. Which is better shape than I've ever been in my entire life, even as a kid. So crazy. Gavin, thank you. We love you. I love the client success stories. I talked to him yesterday. He's been on the meal plan for 2 weeks. Maybe a little over 2 weeks. And he's seen his mom for the first time in a while. And the first thing she asked him is, "Have you lost some weight?" Which I thought was pretty cool. And he was like, "Yeah, actually I have lost some weight." And she was like, "Well, okay, what are you doing?" Apex, baby. It's so awesome to see it work. I know it works. It's like everyone says their stuff works. Everybody says their stuff works. But then to see it work in other people's lives, like, that's the cool part. I want to talk about no alcohol real quick, because for me that was a big deal. When people come in, I ask them, "Do you drink alcohol?" I'll put it this way. I've only heard no maybe once or twice. Casey says that you can have the most honest individuals that are just the most clean-cut, honest people you've ever met on earth, and they will still lie to you about what they eat. Because people are just so dishonest to themselves about what they eat that it is mind-blowing. Anyway, when it comes to alcohol, I always ask, do you consume alcohol? Why do I ask that? Well, obviously alcohol is not 0 calorie, but in addition to that, the moment you consume alcohol, your body prioritizes burning that fuel over everything else. So all of the good metabolic processes that you're building up when it comes to when you're exercising, when you're eating properly, come to a screeching, grinding, immediate stop. Boom, the moment alcohol touches your lips. So it's like, okay, like, look, you can drink, do you, like, Drink all you want. But all the stuff you're trying to do, the money you're paying us, the meals you're getting, the hard work you're expending in the gym, is kind of wasted. So you can waste your efforts and your money. That's fine. People do it all the time. Or you can take our advice, stop the alcohol, or at least significantly cut it out or down, and your results are going to blow up. Like, do whatever you want, honestly. Like, people are going to do what they want. You're going to do what you want. The question is, how much do you want to change? Do you want it more than a cold Coors Light? Do you want it more than a margarita on a Friday? I don't know. That's only you can answer that. I don't know. I know that I did. I literally, at week 2, took every single beer in my fridge, dumped it in the drain, and threw it in the trash. And I haven't bought any since. That's been over a year. It's pretty freeing too. It makes you feel good. Also, I brought it up because last night we had our Christmas party, and at any kind of party, literally any party, I used to drink some drinks. I mean, why not? It's a party, right? That's what you do at parties. But last night we had our Christmas party, and we decided as a company, me and my other 2 business partners, that we weren't going to serve alcohol because that's just doesn't really align with our standards or our culture at all. But in addition to that, we're all finding ourselves on these health journeys, and that was the first party in a while that I've attended where I consumed approximately 0 alcohol, and guess what? I still had a great time. Like, I had a great time. I was singing karaoke. We were eating good food, laughing. Like, I didn't need it. I used to think that I needed it, and you don't. You don't actually need it. I promise. Coming from somebody who would find it, I didn't even need an excuse. Literally, we would go over to a restaurant on a Tuesday afternoon, and if it felt right, we would drink. Like, that's just how it was, 2-3 years ago. But now it's completely different, and I've never felt better. If that's you, I recommend you give it a shot. It's just that in and of itself is capable of changing your life. Plus, you don't got to worry. You drink a drink or two somewhere, you have to get home somehow. You got there, probably you drove there. Imagine this. Is a couple of drinks worth someone else's life? No. No, it is not. I'm almost done. Last bite. With these live videos, we can't cut the chewing out. I used to have a home ec teacher, and she would say, you should chew your food 100 times. She probably wasn't wrong. I definitely don't chew my bites 100 times, but guys, that was an Apex meal, chicken Alfredo, high protein, 45 grams per serving in this box, 400 calories, delicious every time, meals that keep you on track. It's as easy as possible. You take this sucker, throw it in the microwave, it's done, you crack it open, you enjoy, you move on with your day, and you're hitting your goals. You go to the gym 3-4 times a week. Just show up for yourself. I don't get progress if you go to the gym. Obviously, I can take the pictures. I'm like, oh, look what you did on our program. But it doesn't benefit anybody else but you. And if you don't go, if you find every reason to not go, you're just cheating yourself. Nobody else. Cheating yourself. Like, show up for you. Do it. Stop procrastinating. Like, it's about to be a brand new year. 2025 is gone. We got a couple weeks left of this puppy, and then it's 2026. Next year at this time, real quick funny story. Last year, I hosted Thanksgiving. Now, I'm not going to mention any names, but I think if you're watching this, you're going to know who I'm talking about. Last year, 2024, Thanksgiving, we had it at my house. I hosted it, whatever. It was super cool. I was 3 or 4 months in to this program, and I looked different, but I was still, I was only 3 months in, so I didn't look that much different yet. And I was talking to some family members, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're doing stuff too." I'm like, "Cool." And then I was asking questions. How much protein are you getting? What gym do you go to? How often do you go? And the answers I was getting were questionable. They didn't know the protein. They didn't know the calories. They had a couple gyms they would go to once a week or so, maybe if they felt like it, kind of. And there was no real plan. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, you'll figure it out. Right? I was just thinking, okay, you'll figure it out. Fast forward a year. Like, we just had Thanksgiving recently. Those people, I'm not making fun. I'm making a point. They looked the same. I was 50 pounds lighter and had more muscle and had a different face from last year. So all I'm saying is, well, I'm saying a few things, but I'm also saying if you have a plan and you work that plan, you're going to get to your results. And if you show up for yourself every day on a consistent basis, you're going to have those results. If you put it in the back, if you don't care about what you're doing, you care about yourself, well, you're going to get results that reflect that. So, which are essentially none. So if you're ready for real results, let's go. We're ready. Again, consultations are free. The door's unlocked. We're here ready to rock and roll. Where are you at?